Hi, my name is Lee Wei-heng. If I am Prime Minister of Malaysia, I will pay more attention on improving labor skills in order to develop Malaysia in the next 5 years. Skill development is the development of a particular skill with proper professional training. A trained person can get employment easily than non-skilled labor. The reason why I pick this is because labor represents the human factor in producing the goods and services of an economy, finding enough people with the right skills to meet increasing demand. This often results in rising wages in some industries. In addition, the more skilled the labor are, the more efficient they will be, and the more they will be able to produce. This will increase our country's GDP and productivity by exporting more product to other countries. Besides of increased productivity, skilled labor can also increase the quality of our product. Workers who have the skills to carry out the tasks they have been assigned to will spend less time worrying about how they will do it. Besides that, improving labor skill can reduce structural unemployment happens in our country. High unemployment indicates the economy is operating below full capacity and is inefficient. This will lead to lower output and incomes. The unemployed are also unable to purchase so many goods, so will contribute to lower spending and lower output. So that it is important to improve our labor skill in our country. The reason why I didn't choose the other choice is because labor skill is the first and the most important choice that we need to improve. If every people of Malaysia have labor skill, the employment rate will increase and our country's economy will grow faster. In this case, we can easily overcome the other economic problems that Malaysia face and carry out the other choices after improving the labor skill of Malaysia. I have finished my presentation. Thank you.